Hey guys, what's up? It's Marissa and I'm back for another BookTube video, and today I want to talk to you about my 2020 goals. And I am going to be talking about 3 different sets of goals. I want to talk about my reading goals for 2020, my BookTube channel goals for 2020, and also my personal goals for 2020. I have seen a lot of people doing these 2020 goals videos. Most of them have to do with BookTube and or reading, and I kind of wanted to include a little bit about my personal as well, just because I want to start opening myself up a little bit more and kind of sharing more about my personal life, like not invasively and not like in your face, but you know, I want people to like get to know me more on a real level than me just like speaking to a camera. And you know, I want to feel like I'm interacting with people, so I guess that's part of my reasoning for doing this. So anyway, before I go off on a tangent and get into a long-winded explanation of what I'm trying to say, I'm just going to go ahead and start with my reading goals. So the first one of my reading goals is to get, by the end of 2020, is to get my TBR shelf down to 10 books. So right now I have 54 books on my TBR. I did just unhaul about 20 books, which I didn't do a video for because I was just in a hurry and I was trying to get them off my shelves. But I have added some more books. I'm going to start being a lot more picky about buying books because, of course, I did what everybody does when they first joined BookTube. I got on this craze, this kick. It's like I got to start buying like all these books that I'm hearing about, even though some of them weren't really for me. So that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my goal, is to get that shelf down to 10 books on my TBR by the end of the year. The next one is to read 104 books in the year, which shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. That is about 2 books a week, which, you know, between me reading in three different I don't even know what that's called. Mediums. I'm having a brain fart. So me reading in 3 different mediums at all times, which is audiobook, ebook, and physical book, you know, different books, that should not be a problem, quite honestly. So I'm really not worried about that. And I'm not going to set a goal higher than that just because I don't want to stress myself out, because this year I really pushed myself to read all the time, read fast, read stuff I didn't necessarily want to, and I don't want to do that in 2020. I want to still be able to enjoy my reading and still be able to, you know, have time to do other things that I enjoy doing without reading constantly and pushing myself even when I'm really not in the mood. So that is one of my goals, is to kind of, it's not to up my game, it's to pare back my game a little bit. So the next one is to use a reading journal. So I picked up, like about a month ago, I picked up this reading journal off Amazon. It was super cheap. And all it is just this basic reading page. And it's got spots for everything. It's got spots to give star ratings. It's got spots to list the title, the review, why I read it, what inspired me to read it, what I liked about it, you know, how the plot was, the character, how easy it was to read. And I really want to start using this and filling this in. And this cover is so cool. I like the wood grain. That's awesome. So I really want to start using that when I finish a book, to really give a thoughtful review directly after I finish it, because a lot of times I finish a book, I mark it finished on Goodreads, and I move on to the next one. And I really want to make myself take the opportunity to sit down and really think about my thoughts on it right after I read it. There are some books I know I'm going to need to process for a little bit longer and kind of marinate on my feelings about them, but I can at least write down some direct observations that I first think right after I stop it. So that is one of my goals. So the last one is to read at least 1 book in every genre throughout the year, and that is nonfiction, sci-fi, fantasy, romance, and classic. So typically I read in the fantasy genre. I have been exploring a little bit more into the science fiction genre and a little bit into the classic genre, but I really want to push myself to have a more well-rounded experience with reading. So that's why I'm setting this goal, and hopefully I can discover books that I love in every single genre. That would be great, honestly. So my next one is my BookTube channel goals. So these are specifically relating to my videos, of course, and my channel, my subscribers, yada yada yada. So these are specific to that. So the first one is to, by the end of the year, have 200 subscribers. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, and it doesn't sound like I'm shooting for the moon, but honestly, I'm okay with growing slow. I'm okay with having a small BookTube channel. Yes, I would like to reach more people. I would like to actually just get more views on my videos and interact more with people. You know, I find that people here lately, especially with the whole COPPA deal going on, that people just aren't interacting and people are dropping off of BookTube. And, you know, I understand their reasons for it. I really do. And I fully support them in it. But as for me, I just want to interact with people. I don't want to I don't want anybody to freak out over what's going on. I don't want to freak out over what's going on. So yeah, it's just have 200 subscribers, and if I don't hit that, I don't hit that, you know, whatever. I'm enjoying making videos, so that's really all that matters. So the next one is to learn to make better thumbnails and channel art with Photoshop. I purchased Photoshop Elements, which is like the cheaper version of Photoshop. I got it for a really good deal through my school, through using my student ID, and I haven't really played with it a whole lot. I got the Photoshop and Premiere video editing, and I haven't really played with them a whole lot. I've been using Premiere to edit my videos, and I've played with it a little teeny tiny bit, but I really don't know enough about it. I did sign up for Skillshare, but so far I'm not seeing any classes on that, so I guess I'm just gonna have to keep playing with it and hope. So basically what I'm trying to get out of that is I'm trying to have a more cohesive theme, because so far, like, my thumbnails and stuff, they've kind of been all over the place because I'm still feeling out what my theme is going to be, what my colors are going to be, and I'm not really much of an artist. I don't really have as much of an artist's eye, so like I look at things and I'm like, God, I suck at that, which is okay, perfectly okay. I just want to get a little bit better at it. So, you know, always learning, always growing. So the next one goes right along with that, is to utilize more like sounds and music, free stuff that I can find online and through the programs that I use, and of course through YouTube, and just kind of add a little bit more editing, video quality to my videos. So, you know. So the next one, the final category, is my personal goals for 2020. So the first thing I want to do is get my SPHR certification. Now, if you don't know, I am in the HR field. That's my passion. I just graduated with my MBA. Woohoo! I'm so excited. It's about time. And so I really discovered a love over the last few years of being in the HR field, and I'm now discovering that these places want you to have the SPHR, which is the Senior Professional in Human Resources. Basically just certification. You go take a test, you got to keep doing continuing education. It's basically kind of like a licensure to do HR stuff. Not necessary to work in most places in the HR field, but a lot of places want you to have it now. Just means that you're familiar with all the laws and whatever surrounding it. So that is one of my goals. The test is super expensive, the studying is super intensive and expensive, and the continuing education is as well, but it's something that I want to do for my career. So the next one is to get a job that is in the HR field that is more closely related to what I want to do. I am currently working in the HR department. However, I am not doing the things that I enjoy doing in HR, which is interacting with the employees and being the translator, so to speak, between the employees and corporate, because anybody who works knows that those two departments speak very, very different languages. And I feel like I excel at being the translator between the two because I understand both worlds. I've been in both worlds, and I really have a good grasp on them. And that's where I feel I'm most needed. And so that's where I want to be. And unfortunately, my current job is not that. So while I love where I work, I just don't love what I'm doing. So the next thing on my list is to buy a house. And that is something that me and my fiance have been working on for the last 5 years. we've got the money, we've got the credit scores, we just can't agree on a house. It's been kind of a nightmare, especially with my job situation, because I've been in flux and I've moved around 2 different jobs for my benefit, and I've been in the process of getting my degrees. I don't know where I'm going to land. So it has been quite the ordeal. We haven't been able to find anything, and then with my job situation, it's just, you know, we're still looking. We're really motivated to get out of apartment living. We're tired of it. You know, we're tired of having neighbors. We're tired of not having property of our own. So that is definitely one of the goals for 2020, and I'm hoping to God that it actually happens. And along that same vein, I would like to save up another $10,000 towards house expenses, emergency fund, whatever. Like, while I do have a good savings going, I can always use more just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. Case in point, 2 months ago, I backed my truck into a tree. I know, smooth move X-Lex, it was great. 2 tracking out in the woods when we were hunting. Backed right up into a tree, completely dented the crap out of my tailgate. I could not even get the tailgate open, and it ended up costing me a whopping $750 to have it fixed to the point where I could actually get it open. So, yeah, fun times. But that is what an emergency fund is for, people. So don't forget about that. So anyway, that is my goals for 2020. Let me know what your guys' goals are for 2020, even if it is just personal or booktube related or reading related or whatever you want to talk about down in the comments or on Twitter or on Instagram, on Facebook even. I'm pretty much around, you know, my phone's with me at all times. So anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful end of the year 2019, beginning of the year 2020, depending on when this video goes up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I would really love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe my videos. Have a great day.